You know what's mad? The most beautiful thing you can see in the sky can also be one of the most honest stress tests modern Britain ever gets. Because when the northern lights show up over places like Cornwall, it's not just pretty. It's a sign the sun has thrown a burst of energy into space, and for a few hours, sometimes a day or two, it can make the system we rely on behave slightly wrong. GPS drifting, radios get noisy, networks feeling patchy, power systems working with less margin. And that's what's dangerous. Most of it doesn't look like a disaster, it looks normal until small problems stack. So today I'm going to show you what solar storms mean for UK survival, and what to do calmly without panic so you're not caught clueless when the next big one hits. Because the aurora is the nice part. The real lesson is what it reveals about how fragile modern life becomes when invisible systems stop behaving perfectly. Welcome back to Charlie Survival. Quick one, if you've ever seen the aurora in the UK or had your signal or GPS go weird in bad weather, comment below and tell me where you were, and subscribe because this channel is calm, realistic UK preparedness and survival. No bunker fantasy, no fear mongering, just real world readiness. And if this helps you, hit like. It tells YouTube this kind of calm UK specific preparedness content is worth pushing to more people. Here's what you're getting today. What a solar storm is in plain English, what it can disrupt in the UK and what it probably won't. A simple prep list that covers you for 90% of realistic disruption. The 3 moves you make when an alert hits. Most people treat solar storms like a science documentary. I treat them like a system test. Solar storms in plain English. The sun sometimes throws out bursts of energy, solar flares and clouds of charged particles called coronal mass ejections. When one of those clouds is aimed at Earth, it hits our magnetic field, our invisible shield. Most of the time, that shield deflects it, but if the burst is strong enough or the magnetic orientation lines up badly, it couples into Earth's magnetic environment and stirs it up. That stirring is a geomagnetic storm. The aura is the visible part, particles interacting high up in the atmosphere so the sky lights up. So, when you see aura further south over the UK, even Cornwall, it's a clue that the magnetic environment is disturbed enough that the energy is being dumped into places it doesn't normally reach. Solar storms don't just paint the sky, they change the operating conditions for the technology we use, and Britain runs on the assumption those conditions stay stable. Why small glitches matter in the UK. If you live in Cornwall, you already know signal can be dodgy on a normal day. Wrong lane, deep dip, granite walls, trees overhead, and your phone is basically a torch. So you don't need a Hollywood scenario, you just need an unfamiliar route, bad weather, low fuel, maps not loading, and no quick way to tell someone where you are. Now add one more thing, the atmosphere is a bit noisier for navigation and comms for a few hours. You're driving back late, it's raining, you miss a turning because the sat-nav lags, you reroute but data won't load, you pull over but there's no signal, then you hit a closure, flooding, a massive pothole or a breakdown. That's not an apocalypse, that's normal Britain with one extra layer of friction. The real UK risk, not doom. A solar storm isn't automatically the end of the world, but it can create a bad week vibe, especially if it hits at the wrong time. Risk 1. Communications get patchy. Disturbed conditions can make comms less reliable. Delays, dropouts, extra noise, even a short wobble can mean no updates and no plan. If you want my exact setup, it's all in my Charlie Survival Amazon kit list in the description. Organised properly so you don't waste hours guessing. Check it out after this video. Risk 2. GPS gets less reliable. Slower lock-on, drift, and off navigation when you need it most. Risk 3. Grid stress. Rare but real. Strong storms can induce currents in long power lines. Usually it's managed, but bigger events can add stress and sometimes trigger outages. And you don't need the whole UK dark, you need your street. Risk 4. Satellites and upstream knock-ons. Satellites can face higher radiation risk during strong activity, and downstream services can run with less margin. The point is, you depend on systems you never see, so your resilience has to be local. Risk 5. Human behaviour, the multiplier. Confusion, rumours and panic buying turns mild disruptions into a mess. Your advantage is staying calm and functional while other people spiral. Quick myth check. What a typical solar storm probably won't do in the UK. It won't instantly fry every phone. It won't guarantee a nationwide blackout. It won't delete the internet forever. So if someone is screaming the end is here every time there's an Aura photo, they're selling a feeling. We're not here for feelings, we're here for readiness. What to watch for without obsessing. If you're thinking, alright, how do I even know one is coming? Here's the calm approach. You don't need to live on apps or stare at graphs all day. You just need to recognize the signs. Headlines about geomagnetic storms or strong solar activity. Official space weather forecasts issuing watches, warnings and Aura alerts suddenly lighten up your feed. Sometimes you'll hear people mention the KP index, basically a scale used to describe geomagnetic activity. Higher number generally means stronger activity and more chance of Aura showing up further south. But here's the key. Your response doesn't change much based on the number. Whether it's a moderate storm or a strong one, the sensible actions are the same. Top up power, get clear info, and shift onto manual mode for a bit. Think of it like a wind warning. You don't need to become a meteorologist. You just need to know right conditions are rougher today, so I'll drive slower, charge my stuff, and not rely on everything being perfect. The rule that makes you smarter than 99%. Don't ask, will a solar storm destroy everything? Ask what happens if key systems wobble for 6 hours at the wrong time. Survival isn't apocalypse fantasy, it's short disruptions, bad timing, and cascades. So what do? We build buffers, not paranoia. Buffers. The UK solar storm checklist. If you can handle a winter storm or local power cut, you can handle most realistic solar storm disruption. Here's the checklist. Stay functional kit. Light that isn't your phone. Head torch plus spare batteries. Power buffer. A good power bank minimum, a small power station if you want more extra options. I personally rely on the All Powers S2000, you can find the link in the pinned comment. Water and make safe options. A few litres per person plus a simple purification method. Warmth plan. Layers, sleeping bag, hot water bottle, 1 room setup. Comms plan. Written numbers, check-in times, rendezvous plan, battery radio, offline navigation, download maps and a paper map kept in the car, cash and fuel margin. Cash handles card reader friction, fuel handles detours. Quick bonus. Think in 3 zones, home, car, on body, so you're covered wherever you are. Here's a quick 2-minute drill you can do right now. Put 1 torch where you can find it in the dark. Put a power bank on charge. Write down 2 key phone numbers on paper. Check you've got at least a couple of litres of water in the house. That alone moves you from I hope nothing happens to I'm fine even if it does. The 3 moves when an alert hits. Move 1, charge and top up. Phone, power bank, head torch, radio. If nothing happens, you lose nothing. Move 2, get your information straight. Don't doom scroll, pick 1 trusted update source, 1 official local source, and 1 family community line. Clarity, not noise. Move 3, reduce resilience, don't increase fear. Shift onto manual settings, verify more, use offline options, and run essentials earlier, not later. Survival is calm decisions early, not dramatic decisions late. Why this matters? Solar storms expose something deeper. We've built a world where people can't function without invisible systems. When those systems wobble, people don't just lose comfort, they lose confidence. That's when bad decisions happen. So if you're the one person with a torch, a power plan, a water plan, offline navigation, and a calm head, you become the stabilizer, and that's the point of Charlie Survival. A UK community that's capable, calm, and ready, not paranoid. If you found this interesting, hit like and subscribe for more UK preparedness and survival. And if you want the exact gear I use, my Charlie Survival Amazon kit list is in the description. If you want a follow-up video on this, like a proper deep dive on UK comms options, offline maps, or a no signal car kit build, say so in the comments. I'll make it and keep it practical. Watch the next video on screen to learn all about why the UK is preparing for something big and learn how you can find the evidence yourself. Click it and I'll see you over there.